What do I think is the worst Monster High Skullector? Well, let's see. Monster High started doing horror collabs back in 2020, starting with Pennywise and the Grady twins. They came out with like 22 releases since then, and recently they started calling all their collector dolls Skullectors, but for now we're only going to be talking about the official collector line. Edward Scissorhands, as we established, while I wish they went in a different direction, I don't think it's the worst Skullector. Corpse Bride could be an option simply because of the AI usage on the box, which is just abysmal. I'm gonna try and only talk about the dolls though, and again, though I wish they went more accurate with the wedding dress, I still like this doll and she has gorgeous, beautiful, soft hair, so she's not the worst. Creature from the Black Lagoon, oh, it's so bright. Why is she neon? The creature's supposed to be dark, murky, able to camouflage. That's why it's so scary, because you can't see it coming for you in the water. This could have been a 10 out of 10 Skullector if it wasn't for the terrible coloring. The sculpting is pretty great, and for that, it's not the worst. Chucky and Tiffany, ugh, what a disappointment this was. And this was a 2-pack with Tiffany, so they had no reason to gender bend Chucky. Tiffany's one of my favorite horror girlies, and this blood splatter emoji pattern they glittered her dress with is just insulting. But that being said, still not the worst. The Hocus Pocus dolls are probably my least favorite ever, but I'm trying to be objective with this, so I'm not going to give it the worst title. These aren't Monster High dolls. Who would look at these and think that? These are the kind of dolls that you would see in the kids' Disney store. Again, with the oversaturation. This is what the Sanderson sisters look like, and this is what they turn them into. Hate, 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 loathe entirely. Okay, objectively, the worst Monster High Skullector, they only made this doll for a cash grab, which is ironic because they practically had to give this doll away because nobody wanted them. A year later on clearance, they were still in stock. They had to take an extra 40% off just to sell the rest of them. Squid Game isn't really spooky, mystical, or horror elements, but it's more of a dystopian thriller. Its audience on Netflix doesn't really overlap with Monster High fans like Wednesday would, for instance. I mean, I like the show, but even I didn't want this doll. This just seems like something you'd see in like the Walmart toy aisle. It doesn't give adults collector. We all have different tastes. While this might be objectively the worst, especially in terms of sales, I want to know, what is your personal least favorite?